If coveting is a sin, one team here might need to ask for forgiveness, sitting just outside the rankings and wanting what their opponent today has, a spot in the top 25. Welcome to the home of the BYU Cougars and LaBelle Edwards Stadium in Provo, Utah. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the Arizona State Sun Devils, taking on the 19th ranked team in the land, the BYU Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Sun Devils will kick it off to get us underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Handoff to the single running back. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain. All right, guys, let's chat about BYU. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top two teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these two teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
And the Cougars line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
And I think on that last run play on 3rd down here early in the game, they're making a statement that we believe we're the more physical team and we're going to run the football even if you know it's coming at you. Nice job. They've got the ball at midfield. I expect to see more run plays coming up.
Scanning the field, it's Bush. Got his man. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
This BYU offense set up with another first down. Quickly complete. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Who says in the RPO pass game you can't throw anything vertically downfield, right? Doesn't all have to be screens and throws at the line of scrimmage. There's a good example of a quarterback pushing the ball vertically downfield after the play fake to the running back.
The Cougars come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. From the gun, the ground game. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play just pushes the pile to get that first down.
BYU with the 1st and 10. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
I don't know that there's a harder position in football to play than cornerback. You know, all the space in the game, the speed of the game, the big bodies out wide. But to be able to break on those short passes and be an open field tackler like that and give up no yards and protect deep, that's a nice job by the corner.
The Cougars now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Looking to throw, it's Bush. A strike downfield. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Offense has it at the 28 on first down. They'll run it from the gun. They make the tackle after he gets 2 down to the 25. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Motion from the back. To the air on 2nd down. Pocket breaking down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Didn't find much running room there. Picks up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
And that's a really good job by this defense, because remember, when the quarterback runs, now you got an extra blocker, because he's not just handing it off and standing there, and they still did a good job at the point of attack, kind of strung it along and made him run out of bounds.
Ball's at the 22. 3rd and short coming. Can the defense force them to settle for a field goal? Making side adjustments here. 3rd down play from the gun. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. On target. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
And listen, I have no problem being aggressive on 4th down, but the consequences of that, now you got to have your defense go bail you out. So you started the game trying to be aggressive. Well, defense, you got to get my back now.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Got the 1st down and more. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
Caught in the backfield. It's McNabb. He's into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 47. Guys, when you think about Arizona State, this is exactly how you want to start conference play. Early in the race for sure, but precisely the type of foundation you need to set.
And this is really the meat on the bone in the schedule, right? A lot of teams have out-of-conference games early in the season, but now is where it matters the most. You talk to any coach, they'll tell you, David, number 1 on the goal sheet is to win your conference.
And I think it's so hard because of the familiarity. You play these same teams every single year. You know them inside and out. They know your scheme, you know their scheme, and sometimes the momentum of the moment can be tough, so got to continue to play well within the conference.
To the air on 1st down. Got it in the middle, it's Grove. Oh, he's got some space. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Running to Green. He's inside the 10. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Sun Devils! That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive. Just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run. They're loading the box. Still, this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. Unloads to the wideout. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. It would have been a high-level play, but it's a play this quarterback expects to be able to make when he has a guy open.
Man, these quarterbacks start practicing and doing 7-on-7 and having quarterback coaches when they're like 7 years old, 8, 9 years old now. So even when they don't have wide open wide receivers, you still expect them to fit that ball in there and make it happen.
Caught over the middle. It's Thomas. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
And I love when my quarterback sees zoned and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
And the Cougars are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
No chance for any kind of return there. They were all over him as soon as he caught the football. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Quick release by the QB. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, the offense is trying to get a big-time playmaker the ball out in space quickly with the wide receiver screen, but the defense is having none of it.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Caught in the backfield, it's McNabb. Oh, it's a fumble. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. He almost popped out of there for a huge return, but they will take it. They are in business after the fumble recovery.
The more hats you have near the football, the more likely you are to cause a fumble. So many guys with their hands wrapping around guys, the ball's bound to pop out occasionally, and you got to be in the right place at the right time.
Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. On the run, fires downfield. He's got an open man.
And I love that play call. There's a great example of sudden change situation, right? Your defense gets the turnover. You get it right back. The very first play, let's be aggressive. Let's take a shot and see if we can catch the defense napping. Boy, oh boy, did that ever work out great.
Touchdown, BYU! Excellent pass by the back on the option. Offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
And the extra point splits the uprights. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Running back searching for a hole. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
you definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
How about the coverage by the defender on that throw? It was as if he knew where the ball was going to go. He practically ran the route for the wide receiver before swatting it away.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Bringing it back. Finally brought down, but what a play not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
Some defensive players just have a knack. I've played with guys throughout the course of my career that you can't coach it. It's not speed. It's not strength. It's literally, I know when to break on the football, how to go get it, and how to pull it in. It's just a knack.
And the offense is out on the field with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the 2nd level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack, you avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on 3rd down.
That's a heads-up decision by the quarterback there. You want to throw a touchdown, but if it's not there, just throw it away, and now we got 3rd.
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. He wants it all. Touchdown, Cougar. Quick strike through the air for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play just like he did right there for 6 points.
Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Just a short pass to the tight end. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a 1st down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Corners are going to bail. Wants to fire on 2nd down. He's going to fire deep. Catch inside the 25. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Caught in the backfield, it's McNabb. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Here's a heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, this defense knew they had a tall task playing against this Heisman-caliber quarterback. And the best way to affect them is with pressure. They were able to hit him on that play. That forced the incompletion.
Third down coming up, and the Cougar faithful are doing everything they can to help out this team. Looking to throw again. Unloads it left. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. And now on fourth down, they'll try a field goal. Absolute shame. Missed it. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like, the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Tight end getting vertical. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down. Sometimes your tight end's a safety valve, and sometimes he's your go-to receiver.
And the offense knew right away it was the primary target. It was where he was going with the football, because you know you get a little bit of suck up from those linebackers with the play action, and you feed the big fella.
Wide receiver going in motion. From the gun, the running back has it. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a man. It's Bush. Swings it out to his running back. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play.
42 Spire.
From the gun, running back gets to give. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a first down.
You know, good running backs are the ones that can make things happen in small spaces. That running back there found his lane, he found his crease, and there was no hesitation. He got north right away and was able to make a big-time play.
BYU coming to the line with 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Sixth play of the drive coming up. Dropping back, it's Bush. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, BYU! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
And that's what I love about empty sets and formations on offense, is that when you spread the defense out, you create bigger lanes to throw into. You saw it right there.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Georgia State is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out of it. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to see. They're trailing by just 4 to NC State. Obviously, big implications here in the Sun Belt, and as this one plays out, we'll keep you posted.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Quick release on the RPO. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Sun Devils come to the line in the hurry-up. Back to the ground game on the left. Finding open areas. There he goes. He's at the 20. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Arizona State!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Back to throw, it's Bush. Got the quick pass. Out across the 30, steps out of bounds at the 31-yard line as they try to put something together.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Cougars with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Looking for more room.
And that's why as quarterbacks you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
And backed up, 1st and goal. This defense fighting to hold the lead and carry it to the locker room. Got it behind the line. It's Grove. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? They'll send the back in motion. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. Here's the handoff. Knocked down for the tackle. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
And how about the response from this defense? Put in a horrible situation, horrible field position, just as they bowed their necks 3 times in a row.
Yeah, and it's a sudden change situation, and they practice that all week. You never know when they're going to come up, but you have to have guys on the field playing with a sense of urgency. This has been awesome defensively.
Zone. Touchdown, Sun Devils!
This has been a back-and-forth battle with a lot of football left to go. Really nice job executing on that rushing touchdown. If they get this extra point, this thing is all tied up.
And he tacked on the extra point. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. To the air, it's Bush. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Rolling, throwing, looking right. Pulls it in there. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
Quick strike complete.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Caught near the sticks. It's Thomas. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Skips away from pressure. He makes a grab. He's run out of bounds after the big gain. And are in business, first and goal.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the pill. They are throwing it. They are trying to be aggressive. We're only in the second quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. On first and goal, let's see if BYU can score here.
Offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Firing to the right, complete. Here he goes. Just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Arizona State!
Man, that is picture-perfect execution by this offense. That is how you close a half. Chewing up some time, getting in the end zone, a chance to tie this up and feel really good about yourself going into halftime.
The extra point here would tie the game. Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. And that extra point leaves us deadlocked here in the second. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. He's brought down at the 16, would have been much better off to take the touchback. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Cougars will kick it away to crank up the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down, and an excellent throw, too.
I love when you back the defense off of you. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
They didn't just jumpstart that drive. They've electrified it, and now they've got a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Sun Devils! And that one will give them the lead.
Man, it's nice to be an offensive coordinator when you have this offense because you can just call a couple plays, do what we need to do, make big plays, go down the field, put points on the board. This offense, man, they putting drives together like this could be a scary unit.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Looking to throw, it's Bush. Plucks it out of the air. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Just another big play for this guy who spent the entire game wide open. Couple of touchdowns there, and he moves the sticks again, David.
Yeah, so I'll keep finding him, Reese. I mean, this is the guy that, listen, we're in the second half now. He's already made plays. I know I can trust him, so I'm going to continue to feature him in this offense because I know he'll continue to make big plays.
He's got the back in the middle. At the 45 on its way. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Now on first down from the 40. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. He might want another play. Second down, he'll throw it. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him, but this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Wants to throw, it's Bush. Quarterback now breaking the field. Good quickness to grab it off the bounce. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. This offense had to feel they were in the weeds a little bit, but they stayed in the fight, and now you get a break, and you feel better about everything.
And isn't it crazy? Sometimes those little breaks you get just create the momentum you need to get back in the football game. It takes a little bit of luck. Got a good break there.
Don't even think about sending the special teams out on 4th down and 3. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on 4th down, still going. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. BYU with the 1st and 10. Grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability, that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdowns. That's an impressive thing.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why.
Oh, they blocked the extra point. That's a live ball. He can take it back for 2. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Gets the back moving. On the snap, it's McNabb. Shakes off the defender. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Fires to the big fella. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Quick completion on the out route. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback be going the other direction.
Looking for a gap. It's Garrett. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a 1st down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
The Sun Devils kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Hands it off. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Grabbed behind the line. It's close. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? It is deafening in here, soaked in noise as BYU tries to get a stop on 3rd down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Turning it on. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Sun Devils pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Finds his target down the middle. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Grove. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. No reason to panic when you see those extra bodies coming. Just find the big tight end.
Well, and the great ones do that. I think the great ones are okay. You want to blitz? I know my answers. I'm all right. I'll stay patient. Find the matchup. This time it was the tight end. Finds the tight end, throws a strike, gets the first down.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
Here we go. Quarterback duplicitous in his dealing. Some would even say sneaky.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
They weren't able to move them an inch on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd and goal. Gets it out fast. And they will score. Touchdown, Arizona State. You want to keep your offense on the field, wear down the defense, put that tape on and show it in a clinic. That's the way it's done.
And as a defense, man, there's nothing more demoralizing. You can handle it when you give up 3, but to give up the touchdown at the end of a long drive, you're already exhausted. You've already been punked the whole way down the field. Man, that's frustrating.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure.
BYU, 34.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wide receiver comes in motion. The give to the tailback. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
That's the end of the quarter, and Arizona State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings.
46, BYU, 34.
So the final period starts with a second down play. Dropping back, it's Bush. Rushes on him. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
And sometimes you see great shooters and they get on fire and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple of weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
Third down conversions, always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it back over the middle. That's a fumble. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. They drag him down pretty quickly, but the defense forced a big turnover.
And that's a huge play by the defense. Great job and great effort getting to the ball carrier and swatting at the football, knocking it out, and then falling on it for a massive fumble recovery.
Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. Tried to hit him with a quick game on 1st down, and nothing doing there.
Well, I understand what the quarterback's trying to do. He's trying to get it to his playmaker out there quickly in space, but I don't think he anticipated the linebacker beelining the way he did. It was almost as if the linebacker knew where the QB was going with the football.
The Sun Devils have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
And it slips just inside that right upright. And they'll push that lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Georgia State is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out of it. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to see. They're trailing by just 4 to NC State. Sunbelt, Funbelt. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. Still on his feet at the 45. Speeding down the left side. Touchdown, Cougars. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire. You might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
Looking downfield, it's Bush. It's complete to the left. Stopped short. They'll bring him down at the one. He just couldn't get it in.
That keeps the score Arizona State 45, BYU 40.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spot. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Sends it back in motion. Going to swing it on second down. Makes the grab. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
Picks up 9. That's a first down for the offense.
New set of downs after the completion. Pulls and throws off the RPO. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
You got to love how they just continue to do what they do. It's the fourth quarter. You got a lead. There's no reason to get conservative. We're a passing offense. Great job on first down. Better job on second down. This offense continuing to stay in a rhythm.
He's got it. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. Motion from the back. On the direct snap, it's Garrett. Oh, he's got a chance. Breaks into the open. He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved a touchdown, at least for now.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run.
Scores on the sneak. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And, man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
And with the extra point, the lead is a dozen here in the fourth. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
BYU 40.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset.
Not seeing a lot of chemistry between the QB and his intended target on that play.
They're dealing with a second and long. They'll send the back in motion. To the air, it's Bush. Gets open down the middle. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You could tell he's throwing over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
And the Cougars come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. He's got it. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
And even though they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A-plus level of football. We saw a nice completion on that last 3rd down. Let's see if he can keep it going.
Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. On 1st down, here comes this offense. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Gonna look downfield again. A little release to the back. Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15. BYU lines up quickly.
Down in the 4th quarter, you better have a dude at the quarterback spot. They do, and they're going to trust him, and he's going to have to continue to deliver like this, making plays down the field, protecting the football, but we know he has the ability.
Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him, getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple games.
Hauls it in. Oh, he's got some space. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's a big-time moment. In the 4th quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back to pass, it's Bush. Gets rid of it. Grabbed over the middle, it's Owens. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
The Cougars come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. Ripping through the defense. Touchdown, BYU! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him.
Oh, and the extra point is blocked. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they cap it off with a 32-yard touchdown pass.
52, BYU, 46.
They had the extra point blocked. Now the kickoff unit out there and hoping things go a little smoother. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. The give as they work on that clock. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass. The throw to the outside is complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
Third down coming up, and the Cougar faithful are doing everything they can to help out this team. From the gun, wants to pass. Complete to the right. Open spaces. The 20. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Sun Devils! They push out that lead a bit and draw much closer to a win here in Week 9.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
Looking for the two-point try. Working that left side now. He's got the two-point conversion, and they build on that lead. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Back to throw, it's Bush. Grabs it in the middle.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
And BYU will get the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking downfield on first down. He'll pull it down. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense, because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least have to hit him and put him on the ground. I know they didn't give up a big, long, explosive run, but you got to get shots on this guy when you can. That time, they let him get out of bounds.
The quick out.
You know, I think at this situation in the game, trailing like they are with only a couple minutes to go, short throws aren't going to get it done. You're going to have to be a lot more aggressive and start taking chances if you want to give yourself a chance to win this game.
The Cougars are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short. On third and short, they'll try to throw for it. It's a big stride inside the 10. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6. The snap sets up to throw. Quarterback moving. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on first down in the red zone.
And I really like that decision by this quarterback. Listen, you've got a lot of downs here. It's first and goal. You're in scoring position. If you don't feel comfortable, throw that ball away. Live to fight another down.
After getting nothing, it's second and goal from the 6. Wants to throw again. Moves around to clear up the vision. He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to find another play in the red zone. It'll be third down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Motion from the wide receiver. They're going to throw it on third and goal. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
A field goal does not top the list of most helpful things at this juncture, so they'll go for it on 4th down. Quarterback may change this route. Looking to pass. It's Bush. Fires into the end zone. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Out of the gun to give to the back.
I'll tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
They'll try to get outside. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. And the Sun Devils will line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. They'll bring him down. The clock is at 0, and that is how this one will wrap up. Guys, this is a story we see every single year in college football. Ranked teams losing to unranked opponents. Whatever the reasons, it adds to the flavor of a season.
It's so good because we all love the upsets, and then if you're the team that got that ranked win, Jesse, you start to build your resume, start to build some momentum. So this squad got a good win today.
They sure did. They put the rest of college football on alert with that huge win. And for the team losing, they've now got to be able to turn the page. They got to go